Aloha everyone, what's up? BraddahKahuutz is back with another video. Welcome to a new series. We have started another draft league in the International Competitive Pokemon League, or the I.C.P for short. In this series, we'll be analyzing my teams, talking about strategies for upcoming matches, and posting those matches. So of course, to keep the strategies out of my opponent's hands, we'll be posting these team analysis after the matches have happened. So be sure to come back to the channel on Sundays to watch how the matches shakes out. For those of you who are unfamiliar with draft leagues, the drafters, called coaches, will take turns choosing one Pokemon per round from a pre-made list of mons. And each coach has a set number of points to spend, and each mon has a point cost. So once a Pokemon has been chosen, they're no longer available to the rest of the coaches. And oftentimes in these drafts, we have a snake draft order, meaning that the pick order is reversed each round. And we needed to draft between 10 and 12 Pokemon, which is 10 to 12 rounds. The I.C.P is also allowing G-Maxes in this league. So coaches will have to draft one G-Max Pokemon to their set list, which is going to be a huge impact on coaches' decisions, as well as the state of the game as in total. So I'm excited for this. G-Maxes aren't really something that draft leagues have been doing recently, pretty much because they're broken, but I'm excited to actually use them. I'm stoked. So this is the first video of the series. So this will be our analysis of the 11 Pokemon that I drafted for the I.C.P. And each week we will choose a team of 6 from this draft set and handcraft everything from their natures to abilities, movesets. And I'll go over all of those stats in a little more detail for each of our mons in a weekly analysis video. So with that, let's check out our picks. So going into the I.C.P, I initially wanted to get Rillaboom, Zygarde, and Zeraora. Since I was the second pick overall, I knew I could get at least one of them. So when my time came, my first choice was, of course, G-Max Rillaboom. A really good mon, safe, reliable, 125 base attack, great move coverage, and on top of its grassy surge ability, I knew that G-Max Rillaboom was going to be a very important member of our team. Now, both Zeraora and Zygarde got sniped, which is when another coach picks the mon that I wanted before my next turn comes. But with advice from my front office, so shout out to Q the Costa Rican and JV, links will be in the description down below. They put Heatran and Tapu Fini on my radar. Now, Heatran is a great combination with Rillaboom because he quad resists ice where Rillaboom is weak to it. Rillaboom's grassy surge ability gives great coverage for Heatran's weakness to ground type moves. Tapu Fini gives us a bulky Pokemon and another terrain option with their Misty Surge ability. This will allow us to go back and forth between Misty and grassy terrain to maximize our benefits for our movesets and hopefully confuse our opponents. So naturally, my second pick was Heatran, followed closely by our third pick, Tapu Fini. Now with those picks done, I began to realize all 3 mons were pretty slow. So I set my sights on a speedy mon, and I could think of nothing better than Raikou. With a base 115 speed, 115 special attack, it gave me exactly what I was looking for. So Raikou was my 4th pick. Now for my next pick, I was thinking I needed a good dark type and a good ground type. I also needed something that could deal with strong physical attackers. And there was an intimidating brown dark sitting right there in Crocodile. So it was my 5th pick. At this point, I felt I was putting together a pretty strong group of mons. But I was thinking I could use a Pokemon that has really good momentum ability. So for example, moves like U-Turn and Volt Switch are all momentum moves where Pokemon use them and then they switch out. And I also needed a really decent speed tier. And for that, I picked Mienshao. So Mienshao gets access to Regenerator and U-Turn and has a 105 speed. Perfect for what I needed. It was my 6th pick. Now for this next pick, my front office suggested Galarian Slowbro. It gives me Psychic and Poison type coverage, as well as access to Trick Room. So this will help us gain speed advantage if we're lacking and our mons are just drastically slower. I can try and do a Trick Room team, which would be really nice. And it's also a grounded poison, i.e. poison types that aren't flying or levitating. And Galarian Slowbro is able to absorb that toxic spikes and to clear the field of them, because we all know that toxic spikes can definitely make or break a match. I've used Galarian Slowbro before, and I wouldn't mind using it again, so it is my 7th pick. So now we're getting into the later stages of the draft, and a lot of points have already been used. There were 2 important types that I was missing in Flying and Dragon. So I started to consider the Pokemon that were left. So I was thinking Corviknight or Haxorus, but my front office recommended Salamence. It fills the dual Flying Dragon spot that we needed, and it also has some really great abilities in Intimidate and Moxie. And since we have some of the best Ice Resist Pokemon in the game, I wasn't really worried about Salamance's quad weakness. It secured its spot as our 8th pick. And now for my 9th pick, we chose Miltank. Tanky with defenses, and it definitely fills the roles as our team healer, getting access to Heal Bell. I'm definitely going to be able to stall out some T-Max turns with it as well. And so overall, Miltank is an excellent support Pokemon, and I think it's going to put in a lot of work. For my last 2 picks of the draft, I was looking at my team, and I saw that we were missing a few types, as well as some field control options. Problem being, we only had 4 points left. So at this stage of the draft, I was really racking my brain trying to figure out what Pokemon to pick. And then I saw a cute little bugwormish type Pokemon in Little Shuckle. Shuckle gives us access to webs, stealth rocks, as well as the big potential to be a very annoying wall for our opponents. It is my 10th pick. So for my last pick of the draft, we only had 2 points left, and I knew I needed an ice type, which brought me to my 11th pick, Glaceon. With 130 special attack, 110 defense, as well as some pretty decent coverage moves, Glaceon was the best option to round out our team. Alright, and that's a wrap for our draft for this league. I'm really excited for our first match, so please stay tuned for our weekly team analysis videos coming out on a Wednesday, as well as our weekly matches coming out each Sunday for the duration of the league. I would love to hear who are your favorite picks from our draft down in the comments below, and who do you think will be our star player? Or if none of them tickled your fancy, I would love to know who you think we should have drafted instead. But with that, ahoy ho, see you guys in the next video. Shoots!